Hey guys, it's me Astrid, and I just wanted to quickly talk to you about the new Phalaenopsis orchid I got. Is it precious or what? This is adorable. As you can see, it's a mini phal. The flowers are pretty small compared to my hand, but what they lack in size, they definitely give off an attitude. Just look at these. There's so many buds here, so they're still going to open. And these flowers are, this one right here, I don't know if the camera will show correctly, is like a warm, bright yellow. It looks a little green on the screen to me, but it's definitely like a Tweety bird yellow. But this bloom, as it's opening, is definitely starting out kind of green, which is interesting. So these go green and then fade into a nice yellow. You can see this bloom, which more recently opened, is more of a greenish tint to it, maybe depending on your computer screen settings and whatnot. So yeah, I picked this up at Trader Joe's for $8, which is awesome. Normally I don't want Phalaenopsis orchids anymore because I think they're pretty boring, but this one was just way, way, way too adorable to pass up. It smells like a household cleaning agent, like Pine Sol or something. It has a really, really light fragrance, nothing substantial, but I just wanted to show it to you guys today. Additionally, let's talk about the health of the plant and what it's potted in. So you'll get Phalaenopsis orchids potted in sphagnum moss a lot of the time, and this one is in what I like to call a sphagnum moss condom. Like, it's this suffocatingly tight plastic around with no ventilation on the sides, and it's just stupid. But that said, I'm not afraid of keeping things in sphagnum moss anymore. And this is because I know how to deal with it. So you can see this plant has some gorgeous air roots. That was one of the major reasons I bought it. It has these great air roots. And if we look in the sphagnum, we can see, let's see if I get a better background, we can see there's plenty of roots in here. They have green growing tips, and they actually look pretty healthy, aside from the dried up tips, but that's fine. So what I do when I have sphagnum moss in for a plant, I just, ooh, these air roots are everywhere. I just take my finger, I touch the top of the moss, and if it feels damp at all, I don't water it. That's for Phalaenopsis orchids anyway. I'm not scared of leaving this in sphagnum moss anymore, thankfully. So I'm just gonna leave it be. Another health concern I have is this on the leaf. I don't know if you guys know what this might be. It looks like heat or cold damage, but I hope it's not a bacterial infection or something else that could spread to my other plants or spread and kill this plant, because it's really, really, really cute. So yeah, there's that. Always look for like these nice fat roots with green growing tips. If you find a Phalaenopsis that's got these growth tips and big roots on it, you're in good shape. I think it'll be a good buy. I have no idea what this plant is. No one can ID it for me online, but if you guys have an ID, that would be awesome to share. I just wanted to quickly show you some other orchids I have potted in sphagnum. This is my Oncidium Heaven Sent that my mom bought me, so I nicknamed it Esther after my mom. It is also packed in sphagnum moss, which I just watered yesterday. Now you can see the roots inside are green, thick, and healthy. They're not dying by any means, and because it's in sphagnum moss, I don't have to water this plant as often. So I am just simply going to wait for the sphagnum moss to mostly be totally dry, and then I just re-wet it in the sink again. Really, there's no risk to my plant, I feel, and I feel like it's going to be safe. So I leave it in the sphagnum moss. I don't want to disturb the blooms, but this is one I'll repot because I prefer to have my Oncidium types in a bark media. Lastly, let's look at my Paphiopedilum that's out of bloom. It has this amazing new growth coming up. Like this is the new growth, and it's just been growing like mad over the last few weeks. I'll look and I'll be like, are you bigger? And it's like, uh-huh, I am. So yeah, but if we look here, we can see this is in sphagnum moss too. And I'm finding my Paphiopedilums are just perfectly happy in the sphagnum moss they came in. I looked at the roots, I took them all out, and I repacked them because it works for me. With Paphs, I just keep them in sphagnum moss, and I touch the sphagnum moss every day to see it if it's almost dry. When it's almost dry, because Paphs do not ever want to dry out, I just rewater it. It's no problem. They're really, really easy this way. So for those of you afraid of sphagnum moss, tread carefully, but I've got these 3 plants in it. They're all doing fine. I have some others in pure sphagnum, and it's really okay. It's not as evil of a growing medium as one might think. But yeah, thanks for watching my video. Good luck, happy growing, and I hope you appreciate my cute new little orchid. Oh, it's so cute. Have a good one, guys. Bye. Wait, there's more. I just wanted to add one quick little thing about the sphagnum moss. Um, so with sphagnum moss, if you have your plants potted in sphagnum moss, it is extremely easy to overwater them and kill the roots. So if you're heavy-handed with water and you get a plant that's potted up in sphagnum, it's a good idea to repot it right away into a more forgiving and airy and quick draining media. However, if you're light-handed like me and forget to water, you can go over a week without watering your sphagnum moss sometimes and it'll still be a tiny bit damp. Additionally, sphagnum moss tends to dry out evenly if it's pure sphagnum. The whole thing seems to dry out evenly. So if the outside is only slightly damp, the inside's only slightly damp, in my experience and to my knowledge. So I just wanted to add that. Sphagnum moss is a little bit tricky, but if you know how to use it, it's not an evil medium. It's not all that bad. And I'm coming to actually like it a little bit for my certain plants like I showed you. So I just wanted to add that. And now I'll leave you be. Have a happy day. Happy growing. Bye, guys.